All right, let's do an update on the building. So I've got 2 sections of roof done, and this section here is supposed to be blue. All right, I've done the registration. As you can see, there's my registration pieces so that this roof fits on here at all times the way it's supposed to be. Just like that. All right, now this section is supposed to be blue, like I said, and I'll tell you that in a second. But the other two pieces, let's take a look at them. All right, so what we got there is that is the Rust-Oleum brown camouflage, and then we used our special trick with our makeup brush and some graphite to give it a bit of a metal, and you can see it as a sheen, and from different angles it shines in different ways. Turned out good. Turned out real good, and they've got their registrations. Got their registrations on there, so they're good to go. Now what we got to do is we have got to do this guy. Before we ever even touch this inside, we got to do that guy. And he should fit just like that. Now he won't go anywhere. So what I've done, he's got bonding primer, and then I went ahead and I dusted it with some black primer, just a tiny bit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this, it's supposed to be cerulean blue, so we're going to take this paint right here, this Craft Smart matte acrylic, dark blue, and we're going to sponge this top. Now, let me tell you what is the problem here that we're dealing with. Okay, so get a roof on there. Okay. This here is a warm color. All right. That looks pretty cold color to me. It does. But we got to make this guy. Not only has it got to be blue, but we got to get him into a warm color. So what are we going to do when all else fails and we don't know what to do? We'll sponge on the blue. So remember when we sponge the Colossus Roundhouse, we got this. And that's sponged. Now, what we got to do is we got to sponge this thing blue quite a bit. And then we are going to do what you always do when you don't know what else to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this with the paintbrush over the sponge blue with a contrast paint blue, a Citadel contrast blue. And then when we're done with that, we're going to turn it into a warm color. We're going to go with liquid talent. That's the only way. That's what we have to do. We're going to do some Agrax Earthshade to make this blue warm, like these sections are warm. And because the other thing is, here is what we use for the sides. We're going to use this flat sand color, which is most of the sides. Now, some of them have brick on them, and we're going to have to figure out a way to print that on the photo printer so we can laminate those pieces onto the sides in different places. But the rest of it is flat sand, and that's a warm color, and it matches the brown. So now we got to get our blue. We have to be able to tie that blue to the warm colors, and we can do that. And so I'm going to get set up, and we're going to do some sponge painting.